He's waiting.
Hello, mate.
Oh, look at that smile. I haven't seen you. Yes.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Well, mate, I've been going nearly 4 hours, yeah, man.
Well, I was watching you. Went to have me tea. You were back on again. I'm thinking, is he been going the whole time?
Oh, right. Mate, I'm desperate for the toilet. Are you all right?
Is that why I'm here, is it?
You can talk for like 2 minutes, can you? And then we'll... I'm going to obviously ask you, what's your thoughts today? How did you feel when the news first broke? Yeah. Were you on the edge of like, oh, not this again, it's not going to happen? And then obviously now, as the nights went on, the more serious it's got and the clearer it's got with the likes of Sky Sports saying that that's only hours away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can nip off the toilet if you want while I'm doing this.
That's what I mean. I set you up for that. And instead of me just sitting here quiet.
Yeah. No, as I say, for me, I mean, I was definitely on the side of here we go again, if I'm being honest. And then, as you say, as the day's gone on, just slowly more and more stuff's coming out. Some people who, to be honest, have been absolutely slating it for as long as it's been going have now suddenly done a U-turn and said, actually, it looks like it is going to be happening. So, as I say, I mean, for me, as many as other Newcastle fans there who are watching this, you know, the amount of times we've had our fingers burnt, the amount of times I've said cans or celebrated too early, or even on my own YouTube channel done videos to celebrate either Mike Ashley leaving or a new owner coming in, the Saudis coming in. The amount of times I've spoken about it and it just be completely shot down, or not even shot down, just this ongoing nothing happening. And you know what? I am pretty excited right now, but I will also say that I'm definitely still slightly reserved to the point where I'm not going to get the cans out just yet, because we know what it's been like the last few times. But you've got to get excited, though. I mean, we have not got much excitement at all. I mean, we've not had excitement off the pitch for what seems like forever, and then on the pitch, certainly the last few seasons, if not 3, 4, 5 seasons on the pitch has been extremely poor. I mean, the last time we had even then, Pardew, you know, wasn't really the man anyone particularly enjoyed. But hey, thank you very much, mate. But yeah, I mean, just the on the pitch has been terrible. Off the pitch has been even worse, if that's possible. So to have some good news coming in like this, where, I mean, people were saying 9 o'clock. I was still, hey, thank you, mate. People were saying 9 o'clock. I'd love it if I was on here in 17 minutes' time and something actually goes down. That would be fantastic. Hello, Joe, mate. Thank you. I mean, as I say, and then people are now saying 48 hours. I've seen people saying 72 hours. And I was watching the stream earlier when Matty was talking. And when he started saying, you know, we want to have it now, or we want to wake up tomorrow morning and for it to be done. Because what we don't want is to be on here talking again tomorrow night or the night after. And that's kind of why I'm trying not to get myself too overly hyped. Because I don't want to be sat here, you know, in 3-4 days' time going, well, we thought it was going to be done by now. It still isn't. And as much as everyone is going crazy for it, you know, if someone came out and said, hello, mate, Syrup, thank you. Filling in while Matty's just popped off to take a break, because I think he's been going on for quite a long time. But yeah, as I say, even if someone came out and went, look, the takeover, it is going to take a few more weeks, or it is going to take a month, but at least if we know it's definitely happening, I think that's the big thing for me. We've gone through however many years of crap. I'm happy to wait a few more weeks or whatever, as long as it's actually happening. That's the big thing. So fingers crossed today is the day, and if not, hopefully it'll be very soon. He's back. How was that?
Back for a couple of minutes, mate. I've just been letting you enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
Mate. I mean, do you think, you know, is this it? Are Newcastle on the verge of finally getting taken over?
You know, as I say, I mean, when I found out the news, I'd just finished work. I'd popped out to drop Sarah off. I'd waited in the car for her for 10 minutes, and all of a sudden my phone started binging. I'm thinking, oh, really? It can't be. And even, you know, the first few messages, I went, it's a load of rubbish, mate. That, like, honestly, first reaction, genuine reaction was, it's not happening. I was like, it's just not. And then, as I say, a few more tweets started coming out, and obviously they started getting a bit of commotion. I'm thinking, is it happening? And then, as I say, the people who like have been completely stonewalling it on Twitter and stuff, and saying it's never happening. Certain people are now turning around and going, oh, actually, it might be happening now. And I'm thinking, oh, well, hang on. If they're changing their mind, then maybe something is actually happening here. So it's been a crazy day.
I first got sent it at about 1 o'clock. And I was in uni, and I just glanced at my phone, and I was like, I can't even be arsed like that. And then I got sent it like 3 times in the space of about 3 seconds, and I was like, okay, maybe there's something in this. And then I was like looking at it, and then I seen, I can't remember who said it first. It might have been like the Telegraph or something, like really put it out there. And I was like, normally they're a bit against it. So, and then as it went on, you've seen more people tweeting about it, and you've seen even like Richard Keys and stuff come out quite early.
That's it. Yeah.
And Richard Keys, who works for BN, was saying, well, that's the major stumbling block out of the way. That's when I was like, oh shit, like this might be legit.
I mean, absolutely. As I say, I absolutely love that everyone's getting excited, but I still am just that holding that little bit back. As I say, I mean, I'm on the Strongbow Dark Fruits, but the cans aren't open just yet, because I think that is I just want the announcement. It's like what I was saying. It's like what you said. We just want an announcement either tonight, or we'll go to bed, wake up tomorrow, and there's something, because I don't want to be having this conversation again this time next week. You know what I mean? It's either it is or it isn't kind of thing.
I'm with you on that. Like, I mean, that's why I'm glad to do that. It has kind of came out of nowhere. But I also just wanted it to be done, just to be out there, just to be finished kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because you don't want to be sitting around waiting if this thing at 9 o'clock doesn't come, which I don't think it is. I think the 9 o'clock thing was Pete Graves' golden hour anyway. I think Pete Graves would just been talking about ice hockey or whatever at 9 o'clock regardless. I think that's his job. Not on at 9 o'clock to talk about this beforehand, but now obviously he will be talking about it because it's the biggest news of the day. I mean, we had people before saying Sky, BBC America and everything are talking about it. So,
really? Wow.
Yeah, it's everywhere, man. It's everywhere. So we'll saying there that they're going to be live outside St. James's Park. Get yourself there, mate. Get yourself there.
Shall I run down?
I can't run there anymore. Twitter, because there's a few people saying check Twitter. So while we're here, we'll jump back and see the guys at 360 there. We're always good with the breaking news to see what else has been happening on Twitter in the last half an hour or so since I've been on. Premier League lawyers were frantically working to finalise the completion of the takeover on Wednesday night in the hope they would be able to make an official announcement on Thursday. So that's obviously sounding like it's not going to happen until tomorrow afternoon. However, you've got the Mirror there saying that Newcastle Saudis takeover is hours away as Mike actually prepares a £305 million sale. So contrasting information there, really. I'd rather probably go with the Telegraph over the Mirror. But the 24 hours thing is still very prominent there. There's, a lot of people are still saying it's going to be within 24 hours. So let's bloody hope so, eh?
Well, again, I think this is the thing when this amount of people are talking about it, it's you can't ignore it, but at the same time you've also got to be careful, because I do think people, it's happening now, it's happening here, everyone's just getting a bit clickbaity, aren't they, already, because they know people are looking for it, they know people are excited, people are just saying anything. Hey,
what do you think I'm doing here?
Learn from the best.
No, I think it is because it's happening, man. I really do. But carry on.
But no, well, that's it. As I said, I think something's definitely happening. But for me to be able to sit here and actually pick the person who actually knows what's actually going on, I think it's impossible. I think there's just a general noise, and as I say, I'm hoping that it happens very quickly. I
mean, there's people here saying the party at the Spurs game next week would be something special, wouldn't it, mate? If it was all done and dusted by then, and maybe even if Bruce was out, or even if he wasn't. Do you know what I mean? If the Sports Direct scenes were down and stable, he was on the pitch before kick-off. Imagine those scenes.
That would be. I mean, that's what you want, though. This is exactly what we've been waiting for so long. I mean, if it was like a Saturday 3 o'clock kick-off as well. I mean, Sunday, I suppose I'm going to have to get on the drink, although Sunday I'll even got work the next day. But no, it would be phenomenal, to be honest. As you say, I mean, I'm still going to the games, and I've continued going to the games, and I've questioned why I'm going to the games every single match day when I wake up, to be honest, because what is there to cheer about? But that's what we're waiting for. That's exactly what it is. And you know, as they say, like, Ashley is not going to be there forever. And although this is has been a tough period, you know, it is going to come to an end, and hopefully that, you know, like waiting for it and hopefully getting the reward of, you know, someone to come in who actually gives a crap and actually is going to try and do something. And as you say, you know, if the takeover goes through before Sunday, Bruce could still be there. The players will all be exactly the same. But I tell you what, the atmosphere would be the one thing that would change tremendously, because everyone knows that there isn't going to be a change overnight. We're not going to sign. Well, you never know. I'm not going to rule it out. But we're not going to sign Mbappe overnight. We'll give him till the January at least, or maybe on the free in the summer. But
on the free,
yeah. But you know, things aren't going to just instantly change, and we're not all of a sudden going to be winning the league. But, and what I've said all the way through, is just want to have a clear progression. You know, like an actual, like, clear idea of the movement forward. You know, we finished 13th 2 seasons ago with it. We just about managed to finish 12th last season. You know, if we could look at finishing 11th, 10th this season, that is progression. Not fighting our way out of 17th every year. And if one or two players is able to help with that, and then again, the facilities, get the lads out of the freaking wheelie bins full of ice cubes for a start. I mean, Christ, at least invest in a paddling pool. I mean, they must be cramped in those wheelie bins. You know, let's start off with that and then see where we can go next.
Yeah, like Dean said there, realistically, just finishing top half would be great. Just playing, having a good enough squad to actually challenge for cups would be a start. Not getting bloody knocked out in the third round against Burnley, you know, the first game of the bloody cups. Would be a good starting point. You mentioned before about the season ticket. Obviously, you've been loyal for quite a few years now. For as long as I've known you, you've gone to every home game, gone to as many away games as you can. And like you say, and we've questioned it at times. You know, we've been to away games together and we've had a class day, but you think to yourself, why the bloody hell do I bother watching the football? We may as well just go out on a day out on the drink and just stay straight the bars. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Sack the football off and just go to bloody York on the river all day or something. You know what I mean? Instead of paying all that money for the distances and the football tickets. But you might have done well there, Roobenstein, because it was on the stream earlier that obviously the Newcastle website crashed about an hour ago with people trying to buy season tickets.
No. Really? Yep. People jump that quick?
Yep.
Wow.
Before it's even confirmed, the Newcastle United, before the takeover is confirmed, the website crashed about an hour ago with people trying to buy season tickets.
I mean, I absolutely love the support and the energy from the fans, but I also, as I say, as I say, you know, it looks like it is going to happen at some point and hopefully very soon. But that little bit in the back of my head is still there from the amount of times I've celebrated so far. I'm not sure I would be quite so brave to run out and spend, well, the best, I don't know. Well, I sit in one of the cheapest seats in the stadium, and even I think I'm getting ripped off. So, I mean, wherever you're sitting, you're probably paying a fair bit of money. But hopefully it won't be a rip-off when the takeover goes through and we'll start doing something.
Hopefully. But I think you might, because when Newcastle get taken over, I'm going with when now, by the way. I'm not going with if. I'm not confident. I'm going with when now. Right? When Newcastle get taken over in the next 24 hours, hopefully, it will be impossible to get a ticket made. I mean, be relying on you and Matt and other contacts again for away days. There'll be no last minute bloody cheeky trips to the tin sales for me like there was Leeds. It's going to be like the 80s, like the early 2000s. It's very hard to get a ticket for Newcastle United.
Well, I was going to say not even just season tickets. I wonder what they're like for the Spurs game in 2 weeks' time. I mean, I don't know how many that sold for that. I mean, to take a TV game on a Sunday, I doubt it would have been that popular, but it's going to be very popular now.